Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Louise Cooney, for those of you who don't know. Today I'm going to do a Q&A and a kind of get to know me video. I'm downstairs in my house. I'm in a different kind of a setup, and it's been nearly 2 years since I've done one of these videos. I was still working full-time in Tourism Ireland. Cooper was a puppy. Cooper's here kind of pottering around the room, so you might see him at some stage. Yeah, things were just very different. I'm still blogging, so that's not different. But I guess, yeah, a lot has changed in 2 years. So I asked yesterday on my Insta stories for people to send me in questions of what you'd like to know, and I got a lot of questions. So I'm going to try and answer as many as I can. There's a good few that are kind of similar. But yeah, I'm just going to dive straight in. I just want to be really, really honest and open, and I kind of just don't want to overthink any of my answers, and I want this to actually be a chance for you to get to know me as if I'm just chatting to my friends. Sorry, Cooper is just pottering around the whole time. Cooper, come up here and sit down, will you? Come on. Sorry, okay. Okay, so first question. Have you any brothers or sisters? Yes, I have a brother who's 18. I have 2 sisters. One is older and one's younger. I was with Nicole last night. She's 23 and she's a teacher. And then my older sister is 28. She just turned 28? Yeah, she's 28. And she works in PR. And she's actually coming to Coachella with me this year, so I'm so excited. What job did you do before blogging? I worked in marketing with Tourism Ireland for almost 3 years. Any tips for making the leap to self-employment? Very inspired by your success. Thank you. I suppose to plan in advance and make sure you have enough money there if it all dries up tomorrow. But I think taking the leap is a risk. You know, it's always going to be a risk, so to weigh up the pros and the cons and to think realistically about the situation. And do you know what, if you can do it, I think you should do it, because like it's not going to be forever that you're going to have the opportunity to. Yeah, and like I haven't looked back. I just think, God, even if it all ended tomorrow, I wouldn't regret having, you know, taken the leap. And yeah, I've learned a lot. Yeah, I got a good few messages like this. Very nosy, but what happened with you and Jer? You haven't let the breakup hold you back. # you're slaying. And thank you so much. That's such a nice message. I'm not going to get into what happened with me and Jared. Like, obviously it's private and I think it's better kept that way. Almost 6 months on, I'm happy to like chat about where I am now and that kind of thing, but yeah, when it comes to personal stuff, I'm going to keep that private. Would you ever consider growing your team or hiring an employee? So I have Yvonne who works with me kind of part-time, and she helps me with blog stuff and she helps me with the events and things, but and my sister has been helping me with the events as well, and I have my agency then as well who kind of manage some of my collaborations. So I'm not looking to hire at the moment, just because I just don't know what the next couple months is going to hold. So I think I need to be in a more of like a stable position before I do that. And I don't have like an office, or like I kind of have to look into doing that. Like I have an office where I get things delivered, like it's a co-working space, but I don't have like a set office where I could have someone come and work. So not right now, but maybe I'm definitely thinking about it, and I definitely could do with the help. What do you use to keep your teeth so white? Your smile is gold. Thank you, that's so nice. I actually got veneers, 6 ultra thin veneers on my top teeth 2.5 years ago. I had like stained teeth, like since like my teeth formed they were just kind of stained, so like some parts were more yellow and some parts were more white. So I just got them on my top teeth. It's a little bit on some of my other teeth as well, but it's not as noticeable, and they didn't have to like shave down my teeth or anything, and they just stuck them on top, and it's been the best thing ever. Like having the confidence to smile is just like something that you can't put a price on. I got it done in my dental, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I'm really happy with it, and I'm 2.5 years in now, so they've lasted really well. Chat a bit about college and your experience. Okay, so I went to DCU. I studied communications. When I was in school, I wanted to do something like fashion related, but like there isn't a whole lot of choice going straight from school to college to do fashion. So I chose DCU like a lot of the reason was because there was a style society there that I wanted to get involved in. But also there was the course that I was going for was communications, which is like media, and you can do like photography and radio and video, and I just thought the subjects were interesting. I looked at like different subjects and I was like, okay, this sounds like something I'm interested in. And that's like the one thing that I always say to people who are trying to make decisions like that for like college and all that kind of thing. I think as long as you're doing something you're interested in, like it doesn't have to be with a set job kind of in mind at the end of it. I think as long as you're doing something you're interested in, like it will always lead to something. And that's kind of what I've done. I did communications, and then after communications, which was like a 3-year course, it was very broad. I didn't really know where to go from there. So I decided to do a master's in marketing. And like some things I've learned in communications are relevant to what I'm doing now. Some things obviously I learned in my master's in marketing are relevant to what I do now, like a lot of it. And then when I was in New York working with Tourism Ireland, I did I was doing a international postgrad in international business development. That was like a part of the graduate program I was doing. So I'm actually just going to answer 2 birds, 1 stone here. A lot of people ask me about Tourism Ireland. I did the IBEC program, the IBEC Global Graduate Program. So it was 2 years. The first year of my year was in New York, but like people went everywhere. There were, there's only a certain number of places in each city, and some people are putting head office and that kind of thing. So my first year was in New York, and my second year was in the head office in Dublin. And then I was kept on then for another year. So I did the postgrad in international business development. That was a part of that graduate program. And then I did a fashion digital skills course with Teen Vogue and Parsons as I was leaving New York. That was online. So I've done a few courses, and like it's so funny because like I don't need any of those courses to do what I'm doing now, but I'm glad I have them to fall back on. Sorry, it's so bright in here. I don't know why I sat here. Like it's nice to know I have them to fall back on, and like I definitely wouldn't have been ready to go into blogging any sooner than I went into it. So I'm glad that I spent that time meeting people, developing my skills, yeah, just learning. Let me see. You and your parents, do you have the same parents as your siblings? Yes, I do. What did you work as before I started blogging? Would I ever go back to it? I would go back to it, but I think I'd go back to marketing. I think I'd like to work in fashion because that's where my passion is, and that's why I chose to leave Tourism Ireland, was to work in what I really love. So whether or not I stay in blogging forever, I definitely want to stay in fashion for as long as I can. How often would you apply your tan? Do you always remove the previous tan first? I try and remove as much of it as I can because otherwise it just goes really scaly. But usually like once or twice a week I'd apply tan. It lasts really well, and like unless I have something on, I don't need to apply. Usually once a week I would say, because I don't really, like unless there was an event on or something, I wouldn't need to apply it twice a week. Do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. How do you stay motivated with healthy eating? I find the gym easy but food hard. Oh, who are you telling? It's so hard. I actually got a good few messages like that, which was so nice for me to read, because I just haven't been feeling like good about myself lately, even though like trying to be healthy, trying really hard to be healthy. It's just really hard. I put on 6 or 7 pounds since the end of January, like not even over Christmas, after. And I don't really know why. Like I don't know if it was like a delayed reaction from Christmas, from all the nights out and from like takeaways on the way home and that kind of thing, or like I came off the pill. Sorry if that's too much information, but I feel like that could have been it either. But I'm always exercising. Like I always go to the gym a couple times a week, and that's more because like I work from home by myself. I need to get up and out in the morning. I try and stay in my same routine that I was in when I was in work. Like I try and get up at the same time, but it's very hard to get up and get stuff done when you're just in the house all day. Do you know what I mean? So for me to get up and get out of the house is just so good in the morning. And yeah, there is like a pressure with my job, like to kind of feel good, because you're taking photos all the time and you're like I have to go on shoots and stuff, and like it can just be a lot of pressure. And it's not all about, it's absolutely not all about how you look, it's more about how you feel. In the last while I just haven't felt great, but now I've been like really healthy for like solidly like good for 2 weeks, so I'm starting to feel better again, but it's just so hard. For the gym, I do think it's a matter of getting into a habit, because I think once you motivate yourself enough to make it a habit, then it's a habit and you just kind of don't overthink it, you know. But food wise, I use my Fitness Pal to track, even though it's so painful. It's so hard. And then just to try and learn like different things you can eat that make eating healthy less painful. So like nice fruits that you can eat. Like I got flavor drops that I can put into like natural yogurt. My friend Kira made me this curry dish, which was like so healthy, like full of veg, and like it was just learning different things like that. Like I learned things from my housemates, from my friends, and I suppose then I can bring that into my own kind of routine as well. At the moment I'm getting the Happy Food Co. just for like 2 weeks before Coachella, but I know like that's not possible for everybody, but it is handy if you really want to kind of, if you're busy and you just want to be strict with what you're eating, to like, there are those services out there. Clean Cut Meals is another one, but it is worth looking into if you think that would just help you. That would help you from even the temptation of doing grocery shopping. That's, yeah. Actually, before I move on, I should say it's not about weight. It's more just like, I don't know why I put it on and it's weird. It's more like messing with my head, being like, I don't know. I just want to feel good this year. Like I'm single. I just want to feel good, especially like I'm going to Coachella in 2 weeks. It's going to be like proper summer over there. Bikinis, the whole lot, and I just don't feel prepared yet, but it's fine. Like I know I'll get there, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to be good at the moment. Best about and worst things about working for yourself. The best thing is like I get to work on things that I really love, and I love having like flexibility with my time. I get to travel. That's like amazing, and I get to work with brands that I love. So they're like definitely the best bits. The worst parts are you're always working. Like I'm always switched on. It's definitely more stressful. I think definitely more stressful than working for someone, because, well, it depends on the kind of person you are. I never really wanted to work for myself, you know, because I'm a little bit of a worrier. Like I don't know, and I'm a planner, and I'm always just thinking about what's coming down the line, and I just think it's nice that in offices or in certain jobs, people take care of a certain amount of the worrying for you. With me, I need to be consciously aware of where like my money is coming from, when I'm getting paid, planning everything, paying people. It's just a lot, you know. You wear like so many different hats as when you're working for yourself. So it's just about learning to kind of de-stress or take a break when you need to, or delegate the stuff that you really hate if you can. Would you recommend your car? Yeah. I'm kind of sick of my car though at the moment. I feel like after I was away with Toyota, driving the Renault Clio, or driving the Toyota Corolla, like for this, it was like the same size car as mine, but I just feel like the inside was like a lot snazzier than mine is. So yeah, I'd probably get rid of my car in the next year, or not get rid of it, but like change it. I don't know. Are you in a relationship? No, I am not in a relationship. Did you have a part-time job when you were in secondary school? I did. I had a few different jobs. I worked in Centra when I was 15, and then I worked in Argus for Christmas, over Christmas, one of the Christmas temp jobs. I worked in a golf club as a waitress for like 3 weeks, and then I used to always babysit. Yeah. And would love to hear about your laser eye experience. So I got that done 2014, 5 years ago. I didn't know anything about it, and I always say to people when they're going in, the less you know the better. It's fine, like it's so quick, but if you know what's happening, it's kind of like freaky and scary, and that's why you're better off just not thinking about what's happening. Oh yeah, my recovery time took a little bit longer than it was supposed to. It took about 5 or 6 days. My eyes were so sensitive to light. I got it done on a Friday, and I had planned to go to work on the Monday, but I was driving, and like my eyes were so, it was dodgy driving. Like I should have really taken the Monday and probably the Tuesday off. But yeah, you just have to be careful because your eyes are just so sensitive. It's really uncomfortable for like a couple of days, but it's worth it. Like it's so worth it. It's the best thing ever. I hated contacts. I hated them. They used to dry out my eyes so much. How many hours a day would you spend working blogging? I don't know, because like I get up at like 7, sometimes earlier, and I kind of work like all day until like, and sometimes I work in the evening as well. So I don't know. I'd love to add it up, but like then sometimes I do take longer breaks if I have to meet a friend for lunch or something like that. But I'd love to add it up, because it's not like typically like I'm not sitting at a desk or, you know, that kind of thing. So it's hard to know. 19 and feeling a bit lost with regards to where life is heading. Any tips? I feel like we all go through phases like that. I think you just have to have faith that it's all happening for a reason. When I feel like that, I revert back to my quotes. I have like a little highlight on my Instagram, and I have an album in Pinterest, and I have like books and stuff I read, and The Secret is good. I just think when you feel like that, you just need to be able to say, okay, I'm just feeling this way. It's just a feeling. It'll go. Sometimes planning helps, making lists and making plans helps. But yes, maybe even starting something new. I remember last August I felt really like that, and I was like really ready for a change, and I signed up to a new course, and there was a couple other things that were supposed to be changing that didn't end up changing. But sometimes when you feel that way, you just have to change something, or try and change something, you know. That can help. Tell us about your dachshund. He's over there sleeping in the sun. He's cute. We got him groomed last week, and he's cute. It's very hard to train though. It took us so long to train him. It took us like 8 months. And he's still like, we can't trust him inside. If he's inside for 2 hours by himself, he will have an accident. It's so bad. So when we leave, we just put him outside, and he sleeps in a crate at night. I don't know. I think when he was a puppy, because I was still working, I wasn't here to like properly train him in those really early days. And my roommate was working in town, and we share him, and so she would bring him into her shop, but like he just didn't have a regular routine. So I don't know if that's it, or like I know dachshunds in general are kind of stubborn and hard to train, so I feel like I'm gonna put it down to that. But he's fine. He's good. He is good. What would be where do you see yourself in 5 years time? 5 years time I'm gonna be 31. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Oh, I hope I'll have found like a partner at that stage. I hope I will be doing a job that I'm enjoying. I just want to be happy. I just want to be like living my best life, and yeah, I don't know. I really don't know where I'll be. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". How do you stay going all the time and organised and on top of everything? Oh, I just try my best. I'm not always organised. I'm not always on top of everything. But yeah, you just have to kind of be easy on yourself, because no one's on top of everything all the time. Just try my best to be organised, make lists. I always have a list on the go, and I try and keep track of my diary and see what's coming up and what's coming down the line, and yeah. Lists are my lifesaver. Sorry, I just had to change my memory card there, it was full. This is actually gonna be a really long Q&A video thing, but hopefully it's interesting. Okay, sorry, back to the questions. Did you find it scary moving away from home for the first time? Do you know what? I actually remember I wasn't that scared. I had like $600, and I had my apartment sorted before I moved to New York. I had wanted to move to New York after college, so I just really wanted to, and like for a while I wasn't sure if it was going to happen because I wasn't getting a job, and then I got a job and I was so excited, and I was actually in a relationship at the time, so like I was leaving ready to do long distance for a year, and I just wasn't scared. I was so excited. I didn't know anyone. I wish I had the same balls now. Can I say that? But yeah, I just loved it. I loved being over there. Did you enjoy the breakup? We did. We broke up start of October. Your favourite coffee drink? Caramel coffee. Caramel and espresso. What's the one thing, if there is one, you would change about the blogging industry? I would give us 9 to 5 hours. Why did you live in New York? Love you. Oh, thank you. I lived there 2014, 2015. I was working over there, and I just love over there. I have loads of family over there. I've spent so much time over there I just really wanted to live there. What course did you study? Sorry, I already said that. Yeah. Someone wrote, where do you get all your money? I work really hard. I'm working like 7 days a week. I know sometimes it doesn't look like I do, but I actually do work really hard. And I suppose there's different avenues that I get it from. Hosting events is one, collaborations is another, YouTube, affiliate links. What else? Did I say hosting? I did say hosting events. Yeah, yeah, that's mainly it, like creating content for brands and for my channels. Fave gym gear. Okay, I have a new favourite, Varley. I haven't got them yet, so I can't say that, but I love the look of them. And they're like everywhere at the moment. So I ordered a set, so I'll show you them on my Instagram when they arrive. Best non-fast fashion stores. Trying to buy from them and need a few ideas. I know Reformation are very like sustainable, and H&M have their sustainable factors. It's just so hard, like it's so hard to know, because I'd be afraid to say something for definite because I don't know, like, you know. And then it's very hard for me to do what I do and show you what's new, and not buy from these shops that do fast fashion. So I suppose what you can bear in mind is like how you can be sustainable in your own way, whether it's, you know, going to a second-hand shop and picking up clothes there, whether it's swapping clothes with your friends, whether it's upcycling something that you have in your wardrobe. Yeah, those are all things that borrowing dresses instead of buying them. To borrow a boutique is a good one. The Ivory Closet, Starla dresses, you can rent dresses from there. So I suppose to make baby steps like that is definitely helpful. Any advice for people who want to start a fashion blog Instagram account? Just go for it. You know, if you, the fact you said fashion blog, you know, it shows that that's your passion, that's what you really want to focus on. And I always say that to people when they ask me, because most of the time it's like, how do I become an influencer? And it's like, no, you don't want that. You want to be able to work in something that you love. So you got to figure out what you love first and then develop content around that. And I think when you're doing that and when you're working on your passion, it really does show through. So just stay focused on what you love and try and come up with ideas and plans and just go for it. Favourite achievement to date? Oh, I don't know. I feel like being on a magazine cover with Cooper at the start of this year was very, very cool. Also the fashion show fundraiser I did before Christmas, where we raised like over 10 grand for the Irish Cancer Society. Like, that was very cool, and I'm very proud of myself for that. So that's a good achievement. Moved from Limerick to Dublin for college. Would love to know how you integrated yourself. So working, like I worked in retail when I was in college. I worked in Jack Wills and Abercrombie, and I made friends that way. Also joining clubs and societies, and don't be afraid to go to things on your own and put yourself out there. And like, it is a learning thing. Like, I had to learn it all over again when I went to New York because I didn't know anyone there. So like, it is sometimes a matter of just like when you meet someone, you click with them, getting their number and saying, right, let's go for a coffee or let's organise lunch. And it can be a bit awkward, especially when you're so used to like your home friends and your home comforts, but it's worth it, and it is doable. Money management, how to travel and save and buy clothes all at the same time. Excel. I try and keep everything mapped out on an Excel so I know what I'm spending, so that I know what's coming in, and yeah, try and plan in advance as well, so you know, like if you have things coming up that are going to be really expensive, that you might cut back in other areas for that time, if that makes sense. But I do find Excel really good, just for managing your accounts. Where did you work in New York, and would you ever move there again? I worked in Tourism Ireland, as I already said, and I would move there again. I actually was supposed to move there in January of this year. It was supposed to be like from August last year. It was kind of like I was thinking about it, and it just didn't end up happening. It's hard with visas and stuff, and yeah, I think I definitely would at some stage, but we'll see what happens. How do you always stay so inspired and positive, especially with healthy eating food? Oh, I definitely don't. Like, oh my god, I feel like I've really been struggling the last while with it, but as I said, Pinterest quotes, talking to people, oh my god, talking to your friends. We all go through those phases. Like, my friends and I, we take turns, you know, that's what your friends are there for. So talk to them about it, how you're feeling. Like, you know, nothing you're ever feeling is like not valid. It's always come from somewhere and it's always got a reason behind it. And sometimes you just need someone to help you figure it out. When it comes to food and stuff, having a holiday definitely helps. It's hard, it doesn't make it easier, but it helps keep you focused, I suppose. So I have Coachella coming up, so I'm just really trying to be good. How do banks treat influencers if you want a loan? I haven't needed a loan yet, so I haven't got one. But I think it's getting better. I know like a few influencers who've got like mortgages and stuff. So I think it's a matter of showing like tax years, how many tax years you've paid, and to show that you have a stable income coming in, just because like it is very ad hoc and it's different every month. That I suppose that's what they need to see. They need to see like statements showing, okay, you actually do get paid every month. Do your friends, housemates be like, don't put me in your vlog or Insta stories? Sometimes, if they like don't have makeup on or if they are tired, but like that's fine. How far ahead are you booked for gigs? Usually like a month or two, depends on what it is. I have some jobs like that would be like continuous, so that would be like 6 months down the line. Is there a time in the year that's quiet for you, not many jobs coming in? Yeah, January is usually quiet, and that's why I went to LA and New York in January, just to kind of like work over there. Is there any job you regret turning down? No, I do try and give it a bit of thought, like about what collaborations I'm doing, and I want it to be a good fit, and if it's not a good fit, that's not going to work, then I don't regret turning it down. Might be too soon, but meeting people on Tinder. I actually haven't gone on Tinder yet. I went on Bumble for a while for a look, but no. I don't know. I'd love to not meet someone on Tinder, but I feel like people are gone very lazy. Like, you know, it's just so much easier to meet people on your phone than it is to meet people out. Like, I feel like people don't approach people that often anymore because they can just do it on their phone. But yeah, I mean, it is good, like, obviously that you can meet people that way, but like, I feel like online sometimes all you're judging people by is like their pictures, and yeah, like there's no like initial spark, even though I know when you talk to them, you know, but I don't know what I want. Where did you learn to edit videos? I just taught myself, just iMovie. It's very straightforward. I should really learn more stuff, but we'll get there. Do people treat you differently as your following grows online? No, I don't think so. Any boyfriends around? None. How do you have such a good figure? Is it like, I can't even believe I'm getting messages like that. I'm like, thank you, that's so nice. How does AF work? Did companies approach you at the start, or did you contact them? Sorry. So affiliate link is like, I only use one affiliate link thing. It's reward style, and you apply, like I applied to that like 4 years ago, and they have all the companies on there, so you literally go on there and just get the link. It's just a different link, so they already have most of the websites already set up, so you don't have to deal with companies directly. So that's how that works. Is your blonde your natural hair color? No, but it's like light brown, you can kind of see it, and it will go kind of blondie in the sun. Would you ever move back to Limerick in the future? I don't know. I don't see myself there anytime soon, because like I don't think I could do as much work down there as I do here, but I'd love to be near my family, you know. It's hard to imagine though when you don't know where you're gonna be, you know. I just like, I can't imagine the future at all. It's just too weird for me. What is your favourite hair care products? I love Alpha Parf. They're salon professional, but they're like fairly reasonably priced, and I just love the smell and I love the feel of my hair after them, and they're good for extensions too. What's your favourite place to go in the world, and where would you like to go in the future? So my favourite place in the world is New York. It just is. I just love it there. I just get so excited all the time going there. And where would I like to go in the future? I've never been to Asia, so I really want to go to Asia. My friends are going this summer, so I might try and go with them if I can. Yeah, they're going to Tokyo, so I'm like considering it. A purchase you regret or something on your bucket list? Well, my Chanel bag, the one from Best Hair Collective, I don't know if you saw my video, the one that I was scammed with. Yeah, and something on your bucket list. I actually bought a really nice bag last week. It should be arriving this week. So I'll do an unboxing when it arrives. Would you ever move back to the US? I would, I think. Now that I'm single, I'm like, I feel like I could see myself moving again. It's just like a big decision, you know, and it's just complicated. Like, I think it gets more complicated as you get older as well. Are you dating? I'm not dating at the moment. I have been on dates. I've been on like a few, not many, but I've just been so busy. Like, I literally haven't had a second. Every day this month has been crazy, and it's starting to calm down now, and April I think will be a little bit quieter, which is just unreal. I'm so excited. So I think I will, like, maybe coming into summer I'll start like dating, but yeah, probably have to get myself on those dating apps. What extensions do you wear? I'm wearing the Great Lengths. Love them. They're really good quality for blondes. Can be hard to get good quality long extensions for blondes because they can get very dry and tangly. But these ones are really good. Loads of questions about moving. Am I planning on moving anywhere? You trying to get me out of Dublin, guys? No, I don't know. I have no plans right now, but I would consider it. Best places to shop with tall ranges: ASOS, Topshop, River Island. They all have good jeans. ASOS are good like for dresses and stuff. They have tall. Most starstruck moment: when I met Kris Jenner at the Victoria's Secret fashion show. There was just so much to take in at that fashion show. I was like, I couldn't even breathe for the whole thing. Like, are you afraid of bulking from weight training, or do you do specific exercises to avoid it? No, I don't have that body type. I think it depends on everyone, but like, I'm so tall that I don't really like bulk. I just kind of, if I do heavier weights, it just kind of makes me tone up. But like, I know weight or muscle is heavier than fat, so I feel like I would love if that's why I put on weight. I would love it. What's a typical day look like? How regular is your income, and how do you plan financially? There is no such thing as a typical day. Like, I have days like today where I'm just like recording videos all day. I have days where I'm just doing emails. I have days where I'm running around to different meetings, and that can actually take up a lot of time, like going from place to place. Usually have to go and get down to my office to get my packages a couple times a week. Actually unpacking those takes a good bit of time. Shooting outfits. It's just, there's so many different things that my job involves that it's like, there is no such thing as a regular day. How regular is my income? Usually I get paid monthly from my agency anyway, and that kind of helps me keep a track of my things monthly. Like, you know, it is nice to have something coming in regularly so that you can plan and that you can save and stuff. Were you ever scared of not succeeding? Yeah, all the time. I still am. But what's that quote? Your want for success has to be more than your fear of failure. So failure is a part of being successful. You have to fail at things. You have to try things, and if you don't try, you're never gonna know what you're good at, you know. So I am scared of failing. Of course, everyone is, but you have to learn to not let failure get to your heart and not let success get to your head. I'm full of quotes. I'm back again. Sorry, my battery went that time. This is gonna be a really fun video to edit because it's so long. But I did want to get through as many questions as I could, and I feel like it's good. Sometimes when I start talking this much, who knew I could, I don't know, ever talk this much. Okay, back into it. What is the next question? How did you get over your breakup? How do you find dating in this generation? Okay, this is a hard one to answer. I'm still getting over it, you know. It's still like, I literally was in a relationship for, I haven't been single for like 7.5, 8 years. Before my last relationship, I was in a relationship for 4.5 years. Did long distance for a year. I haven't really been on my own at all, like for a long time. So I'm getting used to it again, and I'm trying to, I don't know, get to know myself a little better. Spend loads of time with my friends, which is so nice, and not focus on guys. I think they're just, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't. I feel like everyone says, it always happens when you're least expecting it, and I just think it's hard to come out of relationships, and you need to look after yourself, and you need to make sure that you're the best possible version of yourself, so that hopefully when the right person does come along, you're ready, you know. How do I find dating this generation? I haven't been on too many dates, to be honest. But it is weird, like I feel like because like I have so much of myself online, people can feel like they already know me before they have met me. And I assure you, as much as I share, there's still more to me when you meet me, you know what I mean? And I want to meet someone like who wants to be with me just for me, like nothing to do with anything that I might put across online. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like with social media, like you're selling yourself. So it's so hard in a way to find someone who can see beyond that. I don't know. Is it harder to meet someone being in the public eye? Are you cautious? Are you more cautious about who you date? Like I always forget that I have a following in a way. Do you know what I mean? So I don't, and I feel like most of my following is women, but like I'd hate to think that anyone would care about that when they're trying to meet the right person. Like I feel like that wouldn't, it doesn't matter, like but yeah, I suppose, yeah, I don't know, I haven't been on too many dates, so maybe I need to put myself out there a bit more and then I'll be able to answer that question better, you know. Cooper's barking in his sleep over there. How to move on from a breakup. These are more of these questions. Not focus on getting into a new one soon. I actually have had loads of messages about this on Instagram from different girls, and not so much about like what happened with me, just like advice, because everybody's like, well, like most people who wrote to me have been like, oh my god, you're doing amazing, you're flying it, la la la, but like you don't see half the stuff, you know what I mean? You don't know, like it's not easy, like a breakup is never easy, it's just time, you just have to give it time. And yeah, focus on not getting into a new one soon. Yeah, I just think I needed time by myself, so I'm just not like worried about rushing into anything. I want to make decisions for me, so that's my plan. How did you get into blogging and was it easy to make money? Ever want to give up? I got into blogging 4 years ago. I started as a hobby while I was working, and it just kind of led to be something that I could make money out of because I had a bit of a following and brands saw that. And it was different then 4 years ago. You probably, like now you'd probably need a bigger following to be able to make money out of it. Mine was quite small at the time. Ever want to give up? Sometimes, because I just sometimes think, I'm very hard on myself and I'm like, I don't know. I always just tell myself the worst and I'm like, I don't know, I talk to myself in a bad way sometimes. I'm working on it, but my standards are so high that I'm like never happy with my work, which is like not a good way to be. But it's like one of those things where it's always in blogging, everything moves so quickly, it's always on to the next thing, on to the next thing. So sometimes I'm just like, oh, wouldn't it be easier just to give up? But what fun would that be? Have you and Jerry been besties all your lives? No, we met in New York 4 years ago. So we're only besties 4 or 5 years now. But I feel like I've known her my whole life. She's like my third sister. My hair gets greasy one day after washing and I heard it's bad to wash your hair every day. Tips. Dry shampoo, that's probably an obvious one. But also like the less you wash it, the less greasy it will get. I've been trying to, because my hair has so much hair now, I've been trying to cut down washing my hair to like twice a week. And it has been getting better. I do find like the longer you leave it, the more you'll get out of your hair. At my career path, I feel like I have kind of explained that a few times now. And how did I find a job when I moved to New York? I had one before I got there. So that's nearly all of them. I kind of skipped over a good few that I had answered or that were similar. Hopefully, if you're watching this and you asked me the question, I've answered your question. I hope you feel like you got to know me a little bit better. I feel like I was just chatting, so hopefully you did. And thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon, back later this week with my new bag. So that'll be a fun video and I will see you all soon. Thanks guys.